The Icons of Real Estate Podcast. Are you ready to learn the proven money-making secrets from top-producing Icon agents? Ready to skyrocket your business? This podcast is for you. Tune in every week with your host, Tomasz Fonseca, and find out how to implement proven strategies to 10 times your business, from $3 million to $30 million in just 12 months. Brought to you by the Masters in Real Estate Marketing, Arter SEO.
This is Samo from Icons of Real Estate Podcast, your host today. And on this episode of Icon of Real Estate, we are thrilled to welcome Kaili. So Kaili is a real estate agent who gives you the personal touch when it comes to real estate during a purchase or a sale. So our mission is to help you make you feel empowered, relaxed, and confident in your real estate decision. So part of that mission is always operating with the utmost honesty and integrity. I mean, with Kaili, she has this limitless energy and close attention to details to provide our clients with knowledge and support they need to make to sell or purchase a home. She's so calm about this. She's so amazing. She's so experienced. And she's also the host of American Dream TV, Tahoe. And she's ranked #2 agent in sales volume and units in comparison Lake Tahoe area in 2022. So join us as we dive into a journey, right? Approach to real estate and the strategy she used to deliver top-notch services into this market. Now, whether you're an agent looking for inspiration or you are looking to navigate the markets, this is an amazing episode you don't want to miss. So, audience, join us as we welcome Kaili. Kaili, how you doing? It's great to have you here on the show.
Thank you, Samo. I really appreciate it. And I love being able to touch so many people through your podcast. So thank you so much for what you do. So we can really continue to just spread the love, my friend.
Yeah, all right then. So Kaili, when I saw you and got to understand like a lot of stuff you've done, right? One question I just could not help but ask is, what exactly is your story, Kaili? Like, I mean, how did it come about to be real estate for you?
Yeah, I really actually became super passionate about real estate while we were purchasing our own home. It was during a
Oh,
of time where things were moving really quickly and you would see something come up on the market and then boom, it had multiple offers and came off. And my husband and I at the time really wanted to come back to the Tahoe area, so we were trying to find any possible way to make that happen and get our foot in the door.
oh,
And so what we really did is we asked my parents to come in with us on the property. And we co-owned our first property here in Tahoe. And that was really the stepping stone that we needed in order to get involved. And as I was doing it, I had always been involved with the nonprofit world and advocating for people in many different venues. And I realized, that this is one of the biggest decisions that a lot of people make in their entire life,
definitely.
and I really felt so passionate.
Oh, please, I'm saying don't fuck me up.
That for people, you're talking about relationships together, doing things and coming together and making a compromise, taking a huge risk. For us, it was a huge risk. We needed to figure out how we were going to make those mortgage payments, but also follow our dream. We knew that we wanted to live in Tahoe and it wasn't going to be easy, but we found all different ways to make it happen. So I wanted to be an advocate for other people to be able to make those dreams come true for themselves as well.
Wow, awesome. Wow. I mean, I do hear a lot of reason why people got started into this, but I don't think I've ever had someone say it hits them when they were trying to make their own first purchase, right? I mean, this was like hands-on for you. You
Mhm.
realized something when you were trying to go through this process yourself. Kylie, how long have you been doing this?
This is I'm ending my 11th year doing it here, and my husband was an appraiser before. And then since that time, we purchased some of our own investment properties. And of course, paid off our properties here as well. So
Awesome.
just really kind of expanded the love of the real estate world. Our daughter knows probably way too much about real estate and staging than she ever thought she would. But
I mean,
once
yeah, you gotta
empowering
say
her
that.
to be able to do it. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, yeah,
she's gotta got something from you. Like, I mean, and if it's real estate, I mean, who are we to judge? She's got so much to learn from you. So, I mean, if I do have friends like that, I wouldn't have to like do too much to learn, right? So, Kylie, you've
right.
been doing this for 11 years, right? Uh, if you could
Yeah,
go back in time. I mean, you never really thought this was what you were gonna do. You never like, give it some. For some people, they knew right off college that I want to be a real estate agent. But for you, that was not the case, right? If you could go back in time, Kylie,
sure.
what exactly are you gonna tell the younger Kylie? What is something you're gonna do differently? I'm curious.
Honest, I wouldn't change anything to get me to the path of where I am now. Because
Hmm.
I feel that all the things that I did leading up to being a real estate agent gave me all the tools that I really need and continue. I'm a lifelong learner. I love it. Like I eat it up. I was the kid in front of class and I still am that raised my hand and everyone in the back is like, stop raising your hand. But I just have a thirst for knowledge, I just,
Yeah.
and then I can transfer that to my clients. So I really continue to stay up to date, not only in the market, but on about the financials and what can really impact them. But I also feel if I was to go back to my younger self, I would just remind them to follow my passion, to really sit with that, and I think that is what really helps me navigate the world, even when it was tough and hard. If I felt that burning desire in my soul, I knew I was in the right place. And that's how I feel now in real estate, where I feel like
Hmm.
that burning desire and passion to work with people and to really empower them, like I said, to be able to make in Tahoe, this is like dream making. People have like thought about their home or their cabin or their lake home or their ski cabin, all of those things
Yeah.
they've been imagining since they were a kid, or, now that they have an opportunity within their life to be able to maybe work remotely.
Yep.
So, our place is a little bit different where a lot of people are coming here because they are fulfilling that dream, so to be
Hmm.
able to help people make that happen and hear their stories and let those stories actually come into fruition, just honestly, that's what fuels my desires and my passion,
That,
so
that's
all of that
amazing.
passion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so from everything you just said, your passion has always been to help people, right?
Yes.
Like just
Absolutely.
be a big contributor to helping them make one of the best decisions in their life, which could be, one of the biggest purchase they ever make in their entire life, which could be like, owning those properties they've been dreaming of getting since they were a kid, right? And I wouldn't want to assume this, right? Because I'm just gonna ask a little question. So, Kylie, you've been doing this for, 11 years now, right? Which is a no-brainer, right? Would you say, okay, let me ask, what would you say? I mean, what exactly would you say stands as the big contributor, right? That got you to where you are right now? Because when it comes to success, right? I feel like you've attained something some other people, some other real estate agents could only dream of, right? To an extent, you've attained, some level of success that some real estate agents look up to get there, right? So what exactly would you say has been a very big contributing factor to that?
Great question. So thank you for asking that. I think there's two things that kind of really came to my mind right away. One is that as I was sharing, like that passion really is about my connection and relationships with people.
Mm-hmm.
So that comes through with everything that I do. My purpose and how I show up every day is really to help people and just
Mm-hmm.
like you were sharing. And the other hand, for me, I'm a very disciplined person. I wake
Mm-hmm.
up every day, pretty much the same time. I do my meditation. I do a gratitude list of what I'm grateful for that moment and throughout the day. Then I go take care of myself. So I work out every morning and I'm outside in nature every day. And then that sets me up for a level of success to run through the day, to do
Mm-hmm.
all the things that I feel are really important. So once again, I know my market. I know the financial information. I make phone calls. I use my instincts and I touch people who I think may be a right match for a house or anything like that. It could be just that I drove by a restaurant and it made me think of somebody, and I'll send them a quick little note and say, I'm thinking of you because it's true. And
Wow.
it's really, I think both of those things together, the discipline to do it every day when I may be tired, you know, getting up at the same time and I want to roll over again. I know that I am going to be determined to keep moving forward over and over and over again. So I
Mm-hmm.
think that is what the difference is.
Wow, that's amazing. So it's safe to say your relationship with people and discipline has been those two ultimate things for you. You said you are you know, a morning person, like you get up very early to, get all these things, see outside, get your walks out in and all those other things. When exactly do you wake up in the morning, Kylie?
I get up at 5:30
Every morning.
every morning.
And how long have you been doing this?
It must have been even before when I had my daughter. So she's almost 17. And I would wake up half an hour at least before she would typically wake up as a baby. So I could still get my meditation in during that time. So it's been many, many years. I don't know what time that was when she was waking up, but it was early.
Oh, that's amazing. Seriously,
Yeah.
very, very amazing. And yeah, the dedication towards that and the discipline to make sure that you have this done every single day. Well, it's nothing short of amazing. Now I can see why you have the level of time to get some things done in, like the amount of steps you put in to get the results you do get. Well, Kylie. Let's assume like money is not an issue. Like we are in a world whereby we don't gotta pay bills, we don't gotta pay taxes, we don't gotta pay mortgages, right? We don't have to worry about any of that. What exactly would you be doing? I feel like I know the answer to that question already, but I don't want to assume. That's why I gotta ask you. What exactly would you be doing?
I would be doing some form of coaching or work with other
Gotcha.
people.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like you were gonna say something about, non-profit organization, charity, coaching, something that just helps to build people up. And I felt like that was gonna be about, I just gotta ask. I was curious. I'm very sure our listeners are also curious, and I'm glad, I got to figure that out. Which leads me to my next question. Kylie, we've spoken about how you've, achieved all these amazing things. And if there's anything I've learned about people who get to achieve steps, is that they do have goals, right? So what exactly is your goal for this year, Kylie?
Well, I actually set my goal to double my sales this year. And
And
also,
if you could have a number, right, to double that, what's the number gonna be? I mean, you're one of the top producing agents, so you're saying you want to double the amount of sales you already have. Like for some, I mean, it's crazy. I don't want to think about it, so I want you to, give me like a picture, like what exactly is the volume is gonna be, like what exactly is the number?
Well, I'm going to be totally honest. I'm not going to share it.
Okay, okay,
Only
that's
because
fine.
that's my coaching piece that I have as well from both. I have a spiritual coach and then I have my business coach.
Oh, two
Um,
coaches.
I have two coaches, and a lot of times, with that, they just share like keep your goal to yourself, because I'm gonna also say that sometimes this is true where people are gonna doubt where you want to go. And
Mm,
like I said, with my discipline and my focus, like that is where I'm going to go. Like if I have a non-negotiable, then that's what I'm gonna do to make happen, and then things just align. So that's my cryptic way of saying I'm keeping it to myself, and then I'm going to celebrate at the
yeah,
end of the year.
yeah, yeah. I mean, we're gonna be right here to celebrate with you, so it's no issue, and I'm very sure that all we want to do is just be a contributor to that success, right? We're gonna
I
be
love
rooting
that.
for you. We want you to, be as successful as you want to be. I mean, that's gonna be our pride and joy. And I just I can't imagine, there's like so much amazingness to you, right? There's so much awesomeness to you, like there's so much energy to you as a person. And I feel like a lot of people are missing out on saying what exactly Kylie is, right? So and I know that, there's just so because the way you treat your clients, the way you talk to people, the way have them in mind, that is basically what most people are looking for. And if they could have a way to connect with someone that way, someone of your caliber, right? It's gonna be like, life changing for them. And that is aside making that decision to get one of the most expensive properties they've ever owned in their lives, right? Just walking through the process because someone who has walked the process with the consciousness of this is an amazing process. He's taking them through that journey, right? So, yeah, if you want to keep it to yourself, I mean, who am I to say you should not? So, Kylie, I really don't want us to get to the end of this, but we just, our time with you is going to be short, which leads me to my last fun question, right? So, at Icons of Real Estate, what we do is we make podcast network accessible. We are passionate about it, making podcasting accessible to people, right? So if you do have your own podcast, I'm curious, what are you gonna call it? Wait, well, I'm very sure our audience will also like to know what exactly Kaili Sanchez is gonna call our podcast. So go for it. Give me some deed.
Yeah, no, thank you for that question. My podcast would really be about empower you, empower with the big U,
Wow.
right? So a lot of that would be just kind of going inside, like I said, like really going deep and trying to figure out who we are and then how we can show up as that highest and best self in every day in our lives, and attract those same type of people and clientele and money and abundance and love and relationships. Being our authentic self.
Wow. So it's gonna be empower, then a you.
Correct.
Wow. I mean, even without listening to just one episode, I could already feel attracted, to what this is all about, which is amazing. Thinking about how you just thought of that on the spot, which also what I'm going to say again, reflects the kind of person you are. This for you is more than just, you know, a job or a source of income. This is a way of life for you. This is how you give yourself back to people. And it's amazing. Like, I love you. Like, I'm very sure our audience also love you. Seriously, this is awesome. And I feel like a lot of, yourself should also be shown to people. Like, people should get to see who Kylie is. Like, you have a lot of message to give out. Aside, properties, there's your expertise on the markets, and there's you who genuinely care about people and have a lot to let people know about making that biggest decisions of their life, which is really amazing. Just before we go, right, Kylie, if our audience want to reach out to you, how exactly can they do that? Please, is there like a social, is there a number or something? Could you please go ahead so they can get a way to reach you, please?
Yeah, absolutely. Some of the easiest way is to just do my website because then you can see all the listings, the TV shows that I've been on and publications, and then sign up for what we have as because I work with Compass, we have private exclusives, so they're off-market properties that they would be able to learn about.
Mm-hmm.
So that is just my name, KailiSanchez.com, and that's the easiest way.
I mean, KailiSanchez.com. So
Exactly.
anyone who goes to KailiSanchez.com is going to find everything they're looking for.
They're going to be very empowered.
Okay. I
Yeah.
saw you did that. That's amazing. That's all right.
Yep.
That's all right. So, hey, beautiful people, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for listening in. This is Samo, your host, and our iconic guest, Kaili Sanchez, the one and only, right? So do reach out to through KailiSanchez.com, and I'm very sure you're gonna be empowered like Kylie, you're empowered. So see you same time next week on the next episode.